Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. This is your friend Abhishek, but not a financial advisor. So let's talk about NIO Stock analysis. So I'm gonna keep it short. So this is just gonna be a NIO Stock update video, but a short update video. So let's talk about what's happening with NIO. It's up by almost 20% at the time of recording this video. Though I would say that don't make your judgment based on this one day trade, okay? One day a hike in the stock price. So don't please get emotional and don't make your decisions based on this one day trade. But let's talk about why NIO is surging up. Yeah, so there are few reasons, and in the past I know, and I am myself an investor into NIO stock, so I know how it has been. And many investors were thinking that NIO will actually be becoming profitable at least by the start of quarter one of 2023, but instead in previous two consecutive quarters NIO reported a massive loss. If I'm not wrong, in quarter 3 it was around $580 million, and in quarter 2 it was a loss of $410 million. Instead of decreasing the loss, it increased its losses, and we all know why. Because of these consecutive strict lockdowns. Yeah, it actually also affected Tesla's gigafactory production. So NIO's massive production only being in China, of course, had to be impacted. Yeah, so it did have an impact, a major impact in its production, in its numbers, but still it managed to grow. Okay, we'll get on to that in a moment. So this is what's happening with NIO. It has been happening with NIO, and therefore it's of course affecting the stock price and therefore the valuation of NIO. And now let's talk about why it's surging up today. So first of all, we know what's happening in China because of this zero COVID policy. It was like Chinese government was taking almost all the measures, not all, but all the measures, trying to show the global economy that they are trying to take all the measures to prevent this corona breakout. And therefore they were just doing these strict lockdowns. Yeah, and finally the public gave up. Yeah, they could not handle this, and now it gave rise to these riots and protests and everything. And finally the China's Health Commission hosted a press release and said that okay guys, calm down, we are gonna tackle this problem in another way. And finally they came to a conclusion that okay, let's implement more vaccines. So finally they came out with this method of calming down the situation, and they said that okay, they are gonna implement more vaccines, and especially elderly people, because they were the ones who were more scared of vaccines. And therefore finally they have done this. Okay, so this is one of the reasons why investors are thinking okay, finally the situation of these strict lockdowns and therefore higher production rate will come into play. And therefore NIO also said, yeah, you said that they will be ramping up production. And the second reason is that you came out and said that they are expecting double the numbers in quarter 4. So just wait for the quarter 4 numbers, and then we will be looking into NIO once again, and I will definitely make an update video again on NIO stock. So this is the second thing. Yeah, so calming down the strict lockdown situation. Yeah, and the third thing is amazing, which is the tech giant Tencent came out and said that they will be partnering up with NIO for autonomous driving and systematic mapping solutions. Amazing, guys. This is one of the biggest news which has finally helped the investors to understand that okay, maybe the dark clouds over NIO are finally moving in the other direction on its competitors probably. No, but anyways, this, and of course the expansion of NIO into Europe and US in fact also is in a good phase. So I would say that sooner or later we will definitely see NIO's numbers growing. And guys, this is one of the things, many people are comparing NIO with Tesla. I wouldn't do that. Okay, now why? Because in my opinion, yes, for now it's an automotive company, but sooner or later it won't be. Yeah, and I don't expect that from NIO. So NIO is still in a really young phase. Okay, but still it's my second favorite company after Tesla in, let's say, EV automotive. So we will still see that how NIO will grow. And like I said, guys, despite of these lockdowns, okay, in China, NIO still managed to grow. It grew by over 32% quarter over quarter. And this shows me that their top line growth is actually quite good. Being an automotive company, these numbers are quite great despite of the lockdowns, despite of the production issues. Still, it managed to grow. That means it's still managing to acquire a decent chunk of the market. This is what you would like to see in a company, that its top line is growing at a massive rate, more than 30% for sure, if it's a growth company and if it's not profitable. So at least you would like to see the top line growth nicely. So this makes me more confident now. These three pieces of news makes me more confident as an investor in NIO. And this is why I do think that holding NIO, now I've been holding NIO stock since 2 years. So this is why it gave me a bit of more confidence. Again, I'm not a short-term investor. I'm a long-term investor, but again, everyone has their piece of patience, especially with a country like China, which is struggling with a lot of issues, and the global investors are really doubting China's economy and all the politics which is going on with China, especially within China. So these small pieces of news are quite important, guys, and this gives us hope. So these companies are not going anywhere, okay? Because guys, look at other businesses like Alibaba, Tencent, amazing businesses. If the numbers are real, you see these are so undervalued. Like, the valuation is crazy. And similarly, NIO for me was an amazing, is an amazing growth stock. That's why I do think that such news should be out, and I'm not giving an extra false hope for all of the investors out there, but my aim is to give you guys such updates, because also for me, being a long-term investor, these news actually help, because losing hope, considering all the situation in the world, not just in China, is quite, not so optimistic. So that's why these updates are really helpful. Anyways, so that's all, guys. This is what I wanted to tell you, and this is the update which I wanted to give you guys for NIO stock. So definitely I am going to, let's say, average down a bit, because I haven't averaged down NIO stock since past 8 months or so, because it was just falling down, and the China's politics and all the delisting fear and everything was just building up. So I knew that the fear will just keep on accumulating, and this will definitely hit the stock price, and it is now in its $10 range, and I am still not gonna average down. I will still wait for Q4 numbers. Let's see if they are really gonna double up, and if not, then I will wait further. But I'm not selling a single stock, because I do think that NIO still has a lot of potential, especially with the expansion phase in Europe and US. So let's see again. Guys, not a financial advice, and please don't compare NIO with Tesla, okay? Please don't. It's really young as compared to Tesla when you see the numbers, when you see the valuation, when you see the sales, okay? So, and also Tesla right now, yes, many are evaluating Tesla based on its automotive numbers only, but it won't be, trust me. And none of the other businesses from Tesla are baked into the stock price, in my opinion. So anyways, guys, I will see you in the next one. Until then, stay safe, stay healthy, and ciao.